Meteor Client has been updated to Minecraft 1.21.5, so to get it, you can head over to their official website, which is going to be linked down in the description below. Together actually with my Discord server, where you can find many more clients just like this one, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you could join that. Anyways, on Meteor's website, you want to find the download section over here, where you can download the latest version of Meteor Client for Minecraft 1.21.5. You want to click on that link right over there, and then it's going to bring you to this ad page. Don't click on anything, wait for a few seconds, and then you'll see this red skip button pop up here. Click on that, and your download will start automatically. Anyways, to use Meteor Client, you do need Fabric Loader installed for 1.21.5. If you don't have that yet, or you're not sure where to get it, I will link it down in the description below. Anyways, as you can see, I've got Meteor Client right here in my downloads, so I can simply press on the Windows and R buttons on the at the same time. Then the box that pops up, you want to type in app data, just like so. Then hit enter or click on OK, and this area right here should open up. You want to go into the folder called roaming, then .minecraft. Then you might need to scroll down a little until you find the mods folder. Inside of this mods folder is going to be any mods you already have, and right over here you want to simply drag in Meteor Client. Contrary to what some people think, this caused some confusion earlier, but you don't actually need the Fabric API for Meteor Client to function. Anyways, we can close up both of these, open up the Minecraft launcher, and then launch Fabric for 1.21.5. Alright, so here I have loaded into Minecraft. As I said, I'm going to give you a brief tutorial showing you how to get started. If you want a full in-depth Meteor Client usage tutorial, then I will link that down in the description below as well. Anyways, as you can see, there's already a few things on my screen indicating that Meteor Client is in fact working. These are all enabled by default. To open up this main menu over here, you want to press on the right-hand shift button on your keyboard, just like that, and then you can press on escape to close it again if you want to do so. Anyways, this is the main area that Meteor Client has. This has most of the features. So all these things you see over here are utilities. We can click on these to turn them on and click on them once again to turn them off. And yeah, it's really that simple. They're going to be highlighted slightly like this when they are turned on. For the rest, we can hover above these, and that's actually going to give us a description of exactly what the utility does. And if we right click on them, we're going to be brought to a customization menu for this specific utility. One important thing a lot of the customization menus have is the ability to set a keybind for these modules, and you can actually favorite them as well, pressing on that little star over there, and then they're going to be pinned to your favorites, which you can see right up there. Anyways, for the rest in this customization menu, you're also once again going to see this exact description of what this utility can do for you. For the rest, this Click UI area should be pretty self-explanatory. I definitely recommend messing around with this a little bit if it's your first time using Meteor Client. For the rest, you'll notice that there is a few things on my screen. We can manage those in this HUD area right up here. This allows you to customize your heads-up display. As I said, there's a few things here already, and you can edit that by pressing on this edit button. Right-clicking here is going to give you the ability to add more elements onto your HUD or your screen. Pressing on escape then will make sure you're still in the HUD editor, and that will give you the ability to move around all of these utilities. As you can see, there is also a few grid lines on your screen to help you with that, and these will actually also snap to the sides of your screen. The ones that are enabled by default are the ones that are showing right now, so there's some tooltips about your device and stuff, which you can see right up here, and then there's your in-game position / coordinates right down here. And up here in the top right hand corner, you're going to see the array list, and this is going to display all currently active utilities. In this case, there's only one. Anyways, for the rest in this HUD area, you can customize the entire way the HUD looks. For the rest, in this config area, you can customize the entire way the client looks, and in the GUI area right up here, you can customize the entire way the client looks even more. Anyways, for the rest, there's also a friends menu over here that allows you to add internal Meteor Client friends. In this macros area over here, you can create macros, which I'm not going to go too in-depth into right now. And in this profiles area, you can create a profile. What a profile does is saves all your utilities, including all the customizations you have set to modules, together with all your HUD elements you have set up, and you can create different ones of these and load them up at different times for specific scenarios, maybe for a specific game mode, or maybe a server you play on. Right, and you can save these, you can share them online with friends, you can download them from the internet too. Anyways, for the rest, I think I forgot to mention, but it is pretty obvious that you can search for things right over here in this search bar if you do want to do that. And for the rest, this client should be pretty self-explanatory. However, that wasn't actually all just yet. Opening up the chat, Meteor Client supports custom commands. To view these commands, we can type .help into the chat, and they're going to get a list of all the commands Meteor Client has right over here. Hovering over these commands with your mouse is going to tell you exactly what the command does for you, and these commands are really useful. Most of them don't really add new features, but really just make it easier to use existing features right over here. If you're not sure how to use a command, don't fear, because Meteor Client's commands have autofill, which is so nice. I love this. It just makes them so easy to use. I'm a big fan of Meteor Client. Anyways, finally, one more thing is that in this render tab over here, you can actually scroll. These other ones are not long enough to be able to scroll, but you can scroll, and depending on your GUI scale, so how big you have this, you might actually miss out on some utilities in the bottom over here, and X-ray and zoom do both happen to be two pretty important ones, or ones that get used often, right? So make sure you don't miss out on that. Anyways, for the rest, that was basically that. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I do of course hope to see you again in the next one. Bye bye.